Hi everyone and welcome back to World of Mike. Tonight we have issue number 55 of the Build the Eddie Stobart build, brought to you by Harshett Partworks. And today we will be doing some detailing on the left side of the chassis beam here. Lovely cute little package there, really good. These parts have a slightly different fitment in the fact that they have these long sections, and I think you'll find that they are... Actually, they're not. I thought they were going to be posts, you know, where you raise the post down so that the truck is stable, but that isn't that. So let's take a look at what we've got here. So fitting details to the chassis parts are attached to the left chassis beam, and anti-sway bar are fixed in place. So as you can see, we'll be doing various bits of components here, and we will have something that looks a bit like that, ladies and gentlemen. So two different very interesting parts, and as you can see, there's an anti-sway bar just there. And then if we skip to the back of the magazine, coming up next time, we've got a really good part because we've got parts to connect the chassis beams. So does that mean we get to join the two chassis beams together? Who knows? You'll have to wait till issue number 56. But the middle, front, middle, rear and front chassis crossbars, gearbox holder, chassis pipe and assorted screws. So we've got quite a lot in issue number 56 of Build the Eddie Stobart build. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our pieces in first of all. So we'll just get our pieces there, and we'll see what we've got to do, shall we? So this is quite a hard one to cut, but I'll do it that way. How about that? So not the best way of opening it, but that's enough. But we'll try again here. It's because it's got that cardboard bit there, you see. So there we go. Lovely. So we're slowly, I think I'm running behind again a week because 56 I think is this week, is it? That ain't come in yet, so I can't do that. But the joy is we get to spend time doing this lovely issue. So how about that? 2 videos of Eddie Stobart this evening. Very nice, isn't it? Okay, so let's bring in the left chassis beam that we did, and the first section that we're going to be working on is this little part here, and obviously this little part here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be putting this section here, which is the spring stopper apparently, and looks as if that goes like that, but it goes up into this little hole here, does it? So it looks like it goes somewhere like that, yeah. And they're going to be secured in with DP08 screws, which are these ones here. So just get myself some DP08s, and I'll get my screwdriver. I love seeing all these little holes filled, you see. Let me get that down a bit more so you guys can see. So yeah, let's turn that over like that. Whoops. And we'll screw that into there. See, I'm very colour coordinated here, guys. Red screwdriver with a red part. Okay, so that's that section in there like so. We're then going to do exactly the same with this little section here, and it looks as if it's going into this one here. So as you can see, it will slot very nicely and snug into there. Once again, we're going to be using a DP08 screw there, and we'll secure that in. Just lift that upside down like so, and screw it in. Lovely. So that's them 2 parts in. So these are spring holders apparently. So once we've done that, the next section is to get the main left spring bracket, which looks like this little part here, I think. Yeah, it's the big dollop bit, this very big chunky section, and that's going to go just right next to it. And as you can see, you've got a pinhole and a large hole, and that's going to go into this little section just there, I think, he says. Doesn't appear to be fitting. Let me just check something. Oh, right, it could be this one. We've got 2 very similar ones here. Yeah, it's the one with the hole in. Don't get confused with that. One's a little bit smaller than the other one, but we're using this one here, and that slots into there like so. That explains why we couldn't get it in. So once that's into there, we're going to secure that in with a... Let's have a look here. DB03 screw apparently. So this is the chunkier of the 2. Lovely jubbly. So secure that into here. That goes, right, hang on a minute, that's the screw. Does it go into, this is the screw that I believe, I mean, it can't go like that, but we can give it a go. Yeah, it does go like that. It put me off a bit there. Because I remember we had a screw where we had to screw it in that way, but I don't think that was this part, so we're okay for that. So that's that section in there, fantabby-dozy. Then we can get that other chunky part, which was this section, and that just feeds over into this part here. Same scenario again, and that feeds into that part there. And that's going to go in with a DD03 screw as well. Whoops, do apologise. Make sure you've got clearance here, so I might just move that hydraulic cable out the way there, just so I can get access down the hole there. Is that going in, or... Ooh. Hang on a minute, wrong screw, Mike. Wrong screw. That's why. That's where you need half a dozen hands in this section. But yeah, there we go. So obviously make sure you've got clearance when you're doing this, because you don't want to go through a wire. That could be quite catastrophic, because it's a lot of work to get to that part, but that has gone in absolutely beautiful. And then last but not least is obviously these two left sway bar and the right sway bar, I should imagine. As you can see, one says 2 on it, and the other one here says number 1. So you've got a little number 1 there, and we're going to use the one with the left anti-sway bar, and I assume it's going to go somewhere. We turn this over, it's going down here somewhere with L. Now this is very interesting. If you look down there, it's got a letter 1 written on it. You might not see it very well, but it has got a number 1. So this is where it marries up with this one, number 1. And that's going to go into, we move along the canal here, it's just going to feed into this little block section here. That's going to hold into place there, and we're going to use ourselves a DD03 screw and to secure it through this little part there without picking up the knife like. So this is very, very different to the beam, to the beam that we had on the other issue. So let's just pick that up, and we'll put that. I do apologise if I keep going off the camera. Half the time I forget it's there. But yeah, we'll secure that through there. Now on this part, it's up to you if you want to paint the screw red. We might get something to cover over that. I don't know. There's always people like Mike Lane, or you know, that can specialise in these type of things, or maybe Mr. Fusion Designs. I don't know, but just trying to give that brute force as I can. It's quite a hard one to go in, but that's, as you can see, it's got a sway bar there. Just going to give it a little bit more tighten. Yeah, I think that's supposed to like sway a bit, but that's as tight as I can get that. It is a little bit rocking, but that's as best as I can get that in. We need to tighten it up later on. We can always do that. That's no problem at all. And then last but not least, we're going to put in the other one. And somewhere down here, oh, actually, number 2. Let's have a look and see what happens with the right sway bar. Oh, right, we need the other chassis for that. That explains why. I'll just go and grab that. Okay, righty-ho. So this is where this one goes in, and it looks as if we're going to do exactly the same here, but on the bit up here, and it's going to go with number 2 into number 2 there. Lovely. And we'll turn that over, and it goes in with a DD03 screw as well. So we'll just put the DD03 screw on the back of that, like so, and that will go down into there. Just applying a little bit of pressure. Yeah, and there we go. Obviously it does sort of rock a bit, as you can see, but that's as tight as I can get that. But I think that's the idea of it. It sort of, you know, it doesn't matter how tight you do it, it's got that sway mechanism. I think that's supposed to do that. But what a lovely issue we have there, guys. So we now have that side and this side. So we've got a sway bar there for the right and a sway bar there for the left. That is absolutely brilliant. So one there and one there. What a lovely, lovely issue this is becoming to be. As you can see, it's really taking shape now. It's quite big. As I said, from the next issue, it looks as if what they said here, it says here, parts to connect the chassis beams. So I'm assuming that the two chassis beams will connect in some shape or form. That gives us indication. I mean, they're quite short pieces maybe, but parts always look small on magazines until you get them, but that's quite nice, because if we get to connect these together, that'd be great. But yeah, that is another issue. Issue number 56 will be coming up soon. Yeah, so please remember to like, share and subscribe. Tap the bell if you want to be notified of all the videos I do. If you want to get this build for yourself, it's partworks.co.uk, or get it through your local newsagents or the online shop at Partworks. Please help get this wonderful build. As I said, I almost gave up on this, and then I had a massive U-turn on it since we started to get the chassis, and each issue is just a joy. The great thing about Hachette is that there's always high quality with this company. This company specialises in high quality, and the amount of red on this is beautiful. So I'm really, really enjoying this build. It is such a lovely build to work on. And yeah, there we go. So two little beams ready to be connected. So and considering that's only the front of it, the next, the trailer's going to be quite big as well. But yeah, until next time, that's Stobart. Take care. Bye bye.